Alrighty, welcome to my Raw review for Nashville last night. I was there in attendance. The crowd was very, very into it, even though from hearing from a lot of people on like watching on TV, they were not interested. Like we were into mostly every match. The only matches we were into big time was Bubba versus one of the Usos and Bree and not Naomi. But we was into Brie when she was doing her yes kicks like Daniel Bryan was, like how he did it and everything. Other than that, every match, I mean, we were into and all the segments and all that. But I have this one question from a War Eagle. He said, "I know from like you being in attendance, it bumps like the grade up, but if you would grade Raw, what would it be?" He said his would be C plus. So my mom recorded it for me and everything, and I've already rewatched it on TV. Watching it on TV, I would grade it at a B minus at the best, maybe a C plus, just like you, War Eagle. Because I mean, it wasn't the most entertaining thing, but when I went back, like when I went in Nashville in November, the crowd was not really excited at all. Uh, but this time around, we were. I've noticed something. I was watching, and back to the Stephanie McMahon segment, which she done a very good promo, and we just booed her and did the what chant for forever. Uh, the audio for Raw, like we were doing the what chant very, very loud, and booing her very, very loud, and it didn't seem like that on TV unless you had your TV like up to volume 30 or something. We were really booing her and doing the what chant very loud, like every time she talked. And when she did that promo, we was just doing the what chant to her like so loud. But I was rewatching it, and it didn't even seem like we was loud, but we were pretty damn loud when we were doing that. So, yeah, the best grade I'd do B minus at the best, but it was probably a good C plus. But I still give it a thumbs up. It was only reason I really probably do give it a thumbs up. Like being there, it was pretty awesome, honestly. Um, to the first thing, Triple H coming out and everything. I was like, now who could come out? And then when he said, no one we know would fight the authority or shouldn't, then Dean comes out and I wish I would have just recorded that first second or two with the crowd. It was so loud. I was like, dang. I said, that's when I really realized Dean is way over with the fans more than Roman. Big time. Even though I've heard it on TV, the pops and all that. But Dean, by far, is over more than Roman. And with this upcoming WWE Roadblock, the special they have, I believe, for Toronto, definitely Dean Ambrose versus Triple H for the championship. I would not I would not be surprised, and I think it'd be the right move to do it to just shock people for Dean to beat Triple H outright. But if that happens, then the scenario for Brock is somehow Brock has to be in that match, and then it'd be a fatal four-way for the belt. So, for I don't see any other way than Triple H retaining somehow. Maybe with Brock's help. I don't know. I don't think Brock would get into that. I just think Triple H would beat Dean clean for some reason. I just wish they would like change it up and somehow Dean just pulls out like a miracle on everybody. Um, that was a good point. Seeing the Undertaker's entrance live even though his segment was shorter than him coming out, was once in a lifetime. Just watching it, it was. I've seen it on TV, like, you still have those goosebumps on TV, but seeing him come out in real life, you're like, this is amazing. And me, I had to record it, even though you're not supposed to. But if you see, like, if you rewatch it, like, if you DVR it Raw because you missed it, when he comes out, everyone you see with their phones out, or it's either taking a picture or they're definitely recording. So you just have to record it. It's like one of the best things you've seen. Even if the segment was short, my night was made finally seeing it live for the first time. And I'm not a big Taker fan, but that entrance is like the best thing ever. Not much to. I mean, the wrestling was pretty good. I know they're going with probably Becky for Sasha versus Charlotte for a triple threat match. I would not be surprised to see that. Charlotte probably interferes on a SmackDown Thursday, I'd say. And looks like they're going to have the Usos versus the Dudleys, probably in a tables match or something like that at WrestleMania. New Day versus Chris Jericho and the AJ Styles, I'd say, at WrestleMania for the Tag Team Championships. Even though that match is happening next week, they might have it in a ladder match at WrestleMania, which would be pretty cool. And I think I like AJ and Y2J as a tag team. People might not like it because they're like, AJ should be on his own, but very, very good chemistry between them two, like, as a tag team, and they were very entertaining at the best. Like, versus the New Day, that was probably I'd say the best match of the night. It was very entertaining and everything. New Day by himself is just entertaining, to be honest. Then if you want to cut to the main event, Dean versus Alberto Del Rio. It was entertaining, and I think if they continue doing, how they do the spinning thing, like Del Rio does, I think that might catch on to a lot of fans, because there was some fans doing it when they were doing it. I was doing it. I was one of those that's doing it because I can get into anything. But them doing that, if they can just continue doing that, they might catch some wave and might catch some, keep on going. Even though Wade Barrett is supposed to be leaving, if they do catch some, just catch on with the fans, even as heels and everything, he might stay, and that's the one thing I see them already getting catched on. And if they just continue to do that, never know, that they might be a good faction finally after, a good while. But that match was entertaining. Dean and Alberto is, for Alberto's age and everything, being, I think, 35, 36, he is in some wonderful shape. He is just like, he's pretty entertaining. Like, fans don't get it. Some fans don't. Like, seeing him live, he is probably one of the best performers I've seen live. Like, you can have he could have good matches with probably Hornswoggle or anybody else, honestly. Yes, I said Hornswoggle. Like, he can have matches so good with anything. And that reminds me, Sheamus versus Rusev versus the Lucha Dragons. Sin Cara, Kalisto, wonderful performers to watch. And I didn't like the duo of them facing the League of Nations with Rusev and Sheamus, but it was a pretty good match. And as bad as people say Sin Cara, botches and everything, I'll probably tweet out, next Monday night if he messes up or something like that. They were entertaining to watch. And I definitely think if anyone, except Y2J and AJ Styles, if anyone else beats the New Day for the titles, it should be the Lucha Dragons also. So, I could see a good feud with the Lucha Dragons and AJ Styles and Y2J. That would be an awesome, awesome feud to see because AJ's a good high flyer with the Lucha Dragons. Y2J, not so much, but he knows how to work with anybody. So, that would be awesome. I said I'd give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to stay with that because I was there live and it was good. If I was watching on TV, I'd still give it a thumbs up just by a little bit, even though it was much recaps, so-called, on the show. Not big story relevance, but the matches were really, really good in my opinion. So, if you're watching this, please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I just keep on appreciating everyone that views it, everyone that subscribes and everything. I think I'm up to 14 subscribers. I appreciate those 14 so far. And follow me on Twitter, team __ Lesnar. I finally fixed it after forever. And because I had it Lesnar, LENSAR. I didn't have it with the S before because I did it about 3 or 4 years ago, the account, and I finally kept using it here in the last about 6 months, 7 months, and I've gained about 1,000 followers in this last 2 months, and my goal was to get to between 5,000 and 10,000 followers by the end of this year, and I am at I'm close to 3,100. So I appreciate everyone that follows me on Twitter, and I just appreciate everything once again. And if you have any questions to ask me about WWE Roadblock, WrestleMania, next week's Raw with Shane O'Mac coming back and talking to the fans again, just direct message me and ask me the question. You can just reply to me or just tweet me at team _ Lesnar, and I'll answer them on the 5th edition of Team Lesnar Wrestling show, probably this Thursday or Friday, and I'll see you next time.